Damn! Normal Heroes has been out of my life for far too long. It premiered at the right time when the Wii still had luster, and I can confidently say that it has been nothing quite like it ever since.
If you haven't heard yet, I thought Normal Heroes was sheer genius. Sure, the hordes of enemies and over-the-top violence guaranteed that the combat was never going to get old, but it was just weird enough. Weird enough to keep you playing to see what odd mechanic would be introduced next. Of course, because the game was groundbreaking and irreverent, it sold terribly. Come on, making a game this good is a death sentence. And no, I'm not above bitching about you guys not buying a game. I did my part. I bought a copy for myself, my sister, a college friend, and Ultra Neko.
That's right. I did that.
Personally, I didn't have much hope for a No More Heroes sequel. The game just confused the prospects. At the end, Sylvia Crystal said,
I know. Too bad there won't be a sequel.
and I was like, and then 15 seconds later, the game says, and I was like,
woo! So let's see what the 2-year wait is for.
No More Heroes.
Desperate struggle.
Banzai!
I don't have to use a Wii remote. You know how this goes.
Once a godforsaken city where the
Colonel is narrating. Then again, Raiden was Travis' brother. In lieu of an FMV fight with Helter Skelter, No More Heroes 2 starts with you actually fighting Skelter Helter, battery operated beam katana, and all. Use buttons to attack and to recharge. Oh no. This doesn't feel right.
Yeah, that's way better.
So you finish, and I guess the game designers must have thought, fuck it, let's start all over. Because not a damn thing is explained. Sylvia once again promises Travis a Hummer if he becomes the #1 assassin, and this time he starts at number 50. Here I thought, damn, that is either an RPG length or every assassin has a bag over their head. Well, I'll put it this way, you certainly don't fight 50 people, but still, more than its predecessor's 10. Last time Travis was doing the assassin thing just for the hell of it, which is sweet. Desperate Struggle is a revenge plot. And instead of a faceless goon, we're putting the lightsaber through the corporate type. Well, that's not weird. It's righteous, but not weird. Oh, hold on. They're wielding chainsaws. Okay, we're back to weird. The best beam katana is the dual saber, and you can get it rather early in the game. And as long as you train often, and take a pounding in the ass from the looks of it, the game is piss easy. Gameplay has been streamlined in Desperate Struggle. No more riding around Santa Destroy on your Cloud Strife motorcycle. Now you just pick a location and go right to it. Or rather, pick a location and try to ignore the loading times to get there. You no longer pay to enter assassination missions, which makes those fundraising side missions almost pointless. You only use money to buy clothes, train with the village people, or buy weapons from Naomi. She only has 2 to sell, but you'll probably visit her more than twice. I wonder if she has back pain. Those side missions are now mini-games played on a cassette tape-based console. And you know me, I'm adamantly against living in the past, so those retro games got old real fast. My favorite wasn't even a retro game. It was just, what's the magic word? Weird. Ultimately, the combat is where it's at. Anytime I start to miss the first game, I just think about the crazy characters introduced here. Better yet, you get to play Shinobu for a few assassination missions. It's like Resident Evil 4, but instead of throwing lanterns, you use real katanas. No More Heroes 2 is well worth the purchase for many reasons, but I have to compare it to the first. And yes, I indeed have to. Even if you aren't asking for it, you want to hear me say it. I'd say it the first is a little bit better. Revenge adds some unneeded seriousness and angst to the franchise that should remain just balls out weird. If Super Mario Galaxy is Evil Dead of the industry, then No More Heroes is the crank of the industry. Hey, Storm, did you know that No More Heroes is on other consoles in Japan? Yeah, I know. I'm capable of independent research, and I think it's great. When Konami brings it to the US, heck, I'll buy a PlayStation Move just for that. No More Heroes is a game that I would play on any console that has a dildo-ish controller. And if the dildo glows, all the better.
So what's next?
Us, Nishimura here. Okami is another sub-story developed by Crowbar Studio and released on the PlayStation 2. It was a game that was going to trump The Legend of Zelda in adventure genre. Whether that happened or not, nobody knows, because nobody bought it. The groundbreaking and therefore death sentence of this game was the Celestial Bros. At any point in gameplay, you could turn game into a canvas and draw magical patterns. I first heard of game in later 2006 and I had to interrupt gentlemen and say, why isn't this game on Wii?
2年後
2 years later, and still nobody wants to play interesting titles. Sure, just stick to buying Halo and Call of Duty and we'll just see how far industry goes. And no, I'm not above blaming other gamers for what I perceive as problems either. Okami has one of those classic, everything is great, oh shit, this is terrible, everything is great again, oh shit, not again, intros. As it stands, you are a god in form of dog, named Amaterasu. That's funny, just last week I could not pronounce his name. An uncommon evil has darkened feudal Japan, and you're assigned to case Amaterasu. Amaterasu, Amaterasu, Amaterasu explores the wild and open land of Nippon in an effort to find the cause of all the ugliness and void of all the flora and fauna. The common enemies are the imps, and it's either you or them. So how do you attack? Just bring out the celestial brush and slash at the screen. This game, chosen by gods, I have searched far and wide on the Wii. Some great, some terrible. And through all tech demos and Nintendo published titles, first-person shooters and all, this is it. Okami exemplifies elevated gameplay experience that the Wii was designed for. And unlike those aforementioned tech demos, Okami keeps it rolling. Your duty as God is to regenerate the beauty of the land. So you learn the patterns of regeneration. Not long after starting new game, you find a cave that contains some small puzzle elements that lead to an explosion of life to the once dead land. I think I spoke on this subject a few times.
And while so many games are about destruction, it's nice to have games like The Blob and Okami that are about restoration. And regeneration is always fun, as illustrated by, you know, other games. Restoration.
Psychological trickery makes this game fun. I haven't seen this many cherry blossom trees since Burnout Dominator. Yes, I would now like to accept my award for most obscure and disjointed reference. Okay, the graphical style is fantastic, the controls are tight, but it is pure fun to play Okami. Now, keeping up with The Legend of Zelda, Okami has temples to conquer. To me, Zelda ain't shit, as they say, without temples, and that's why I get nervous when I see other games try having temples. I'm so used to Zelda formula, I don't want anyone to break it. You shoot eyes with arrows, you step on buttons, and you light sticks on fire. But Okami has temples of various sizes with excellent design puzzles and satisfying boss battles. You have to use every ability you have learned to best these temples. Of course, we have to encounter people and villages on the way. It wouldn't be much of an adventure if a vendor wasn't complaining about the poor sales or the dying economy. I think Conker said it best.
Gee, so many people around here want me to solve their problems. What are you gonna do for me then?
I sort of dread dealing with people in these style of adventure games. If you want an ingredient for sake, how about you go get it? And for sake's sake, stop talking about sake. Ishun is Navi, the celestial brush is the master sword. Sakuya is the annoying owl, with an interesting anatomy. Hold on, I think I have a new MySpace picture. Whoa, look at where her speak bubble is coming from. Yeah, I guess you could say she talking out her ass. Or she is a real shit talker. Or I forgot what point I was trying to make. Anyway, it's a long adventure game with plenty of items and side quests to get your money's worth. The Zelda items come faster than the brush powers and in turn gives more variety to the long game time. But it is an unfair comparison considering that Okami just proved you can make DS game on Wii and make it work extremely well. I'll issue this statement. Okami was not designed for the Wii. The Wii was designed for Okami. The ending was a bit bonkers though, and Amaterasu is actually a bitch. Now, the question has been burning since Storm's adventure with Western Digital. Which game is better, Twilight Princess or Okami? Well, I think I would avoid that question. Woo! I love plausible deniability. Let the digging around commence!
Os, Mirai Storm.
Let's try something. That's what I thought. Hey, worked in Zathura. Oi! Nani soru no? I said, what are you up to? Oh, I'm playing Okami Den. It's a pretty good game. No, I was asking, why did you come to the kitchen? Oh, don't you know? With all these Japanese games you've been playing, I had to do another cooking special.
Oh my god, it looks like she's mastered.